Hello, this is David. I'm a social work student in SWG 632 Policy Practice. Today I will be presenting the opposing viewpoint on immigrants as a financial burden, on immigration and immigrants as a financial burden. Okay, the economic impact of illegal immigration is costly and impacts the finances of the country's legal residents. Statistica.com shows that illegal immigration has increased steadily from 8.6 million in 2000 to 12.2 million in 2007. The trend of illegal immigration decreased slightly to 10 million in 2017. In any case, the illegal population remains high in the U.S. Opponents argue that immigration is good for the U.S. Because immigrants help to increase the tax base. Opponents argue that illegal immigrants are breaking U.S. law and should be apprehended and sent back to Mexico or wherever they come from. There are many ways. Both of those opposing viewpoints were taken from procon.org. There are many ways illegal immigration can be a financial burden on the U.S. worker. This is evident in the effect illegals have on wages in some low-wage and low-skilled jobs. The reduced wages result from illegal immigrants often being underpaid. This keeps wages low for the U.S. counterparts in any occupation that hires illegals. The website CIS.org shows that wages in low-skill occupations are highly affected by illegals or undocumented immigrants. For the 23% of Americans employed in low-skilled occupations, about 25 million workers, which is about a 1% increase in undocumented workers, reduce wages by 0.8%. Many of these occupations are 15% undocumented. This suggests that wages are reduced by 12% or $1,915 a year. This may not seem like a lot, but to the U.S. workers in unskilled occupations, this is a lot of money. Proponents of jobs for illegals argue that jobs are low-skilled jobs and jobs that U.S. workers do not want anyway. Opponents of illegal immigration argue that jobs are not wanted by American workers because immigrants have driven the wages down. If the immigrants work for higher wages, and Americans would probably gravitate more towards these, but that's all the article said. That was also taken from procon.org. In another area, the education system. Illegal immigrant families have large families, and this puts a financial burden and strain on resources of local school districts. The National Economic Editorial.com website uses the California school system as an example. They mention that in California there are 1.3 million illegal immigrants or children of illegal immigrants enrolled in school. The total student population of California is 6.2 million. Therefore, immigrants account for 19.7% of the student population. The California school budget is $88.3 billion with a B. Illegal immigrants take up about $17.4 million in education costs. This is a massive burden on the already strained school system. Furthermore, the illegals do not pay as much taxes as the residents of the state do. Proponents of illegal children in the school system argue that it is unrealistic and inhumane to deport children of illegals. This idea further strengthens the philosophy of keeping families together. Furthermore, these children should be given legal status and a path to citizenship. Opponents argue that they are here illegally and U.S. Customs should enforce U.S. law at the border and within the U.S. Furthermore, no path to citizenship should be given to immigrants who have broken our laws. And both of those viewpoints were taken from procon.org. Another area where illegals are a burden to U.S. taxpayers is in the healthcare system. LifeSet.com estimates that 11 million illegal immigrants in the U.S. are costing taxpayers $34 billion a year. The cost of uninsured motorists, many of whom are illegal, are costing $4.3 billion per year, according to the Center for Immigration Studies. These costs are due to the emergency room visits and the free clinics. This cost does not include the inpatient services that hospitals are forced to provide by law. Proponents for the use of healthcare system by illegals claim that the Declaration of Independence claims that all men have inalienable rights. Among these is the pursuit of happiness. This entitles the illegal aliens to the healthcare access to the healthcare system to preserve life and to help preserve the pursuit of happiness. Opponents argue that nowhere in the Declaration of Independence does it say that there is a right to health care. The purpose of government is to promote the general welfare, not provide it. The Bill of Rights lists rights that the government cannot infringe upon and not material goods and services that the government must provide. This is, and there was, let me see, what was it? According to Congressman Ron Paul, he mentioned that you have a right to life, liberty, and the right to keep what you earn in a free country. You do not have the right to service, the right to services and things. That is not the purpose of government. Okay. Both of these opposing viewpoints were taken from procon.org, and that's as long as the problem of immigration there does not appear to be a solution to the problem of illegal immigration and the financial costs on the U.S. taxpayer. The only thing we can do is, according to the opponents, is to enforce laws that are already in the books, and laws should be enforced when they cross the border and also anywhere within the country. This is the end of the presentation. The arguments for and against in this presentation were taken from pro.con.org. Thank you for listening.